Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to That Sounds Gay, a podcast where we review every season of Drag Race in chronological order. We are currently in Drag Race Philippines Season 1. My name is Jer, and our gay sound presented by Jesse today is... Every time that you do those long ones, I'm always waiting for the Dahlia Sin at the end of it. I'm always waiting for it, and I'm like, is it going to happen today? Will today be the one?
When will she come?
When will she be here? So, okay, this is very current tea, and this will be irrelevant in 5 weeks when this episode posts. Did you hear about the Akira and Silky drama?
New drama?
New drama today. I'm scrolling on. I open up Twitter
Today.
I open up Twitter to go and post something, and I see somebody saying, "I can't believe Akira and Silky are dueling a year before All Stars 11," because there's rumors that they're on it.
They're on the same All Stars, yeah.
Right. So I go and I look at Akira's page, and she has a screenshot of her text messages, and it's very clearly Silky's name as the contact, and it's, "Give me my shit back. You can't just keep it." A tweet that says, "You can't be a reverend and a thief," which Hormona said, "Oh, they can. I've met plenty." And then there was another one that said, "Come to my live where I've got all the receipts. I've held my tongue for a year and I'm tired of it."
Girl.
I know. The drama.
The drama.
The
I know what,
drama.
I'm going to fall asleep reading tonight.
Is tonight going to be another Holland too?
I'm going to be reborn.
With new opinions. Okay, last week we started talking about Drag Race Philippines Season 1. We had some really iconic queens, some fellas, like some dudes. Gigi Era was serving the realness in that horror runway. And we are talking about the next 3 episodes, starting out in episode 4 with Divas the Rusical.
Divas.
I was gagged they reused that.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
There was so much, please. There was so much that happened this week, and it was like Drama City too. Silhouette starts the episode by saying that she wishes that she had gone home over Gigi.
Yeah.
Can I be hateful?
Say it. You wish the same.
I wish the same
And then
thing.
Minty said, "Okay, not too much." And then she goes to her. She's like, "Now, sister, you have to promise me you're not going to quit."
Please don't.
And so it's like, I was just saying that. I was just having a moment. I'm fine.
And I'm like, production, please. Can we send her home? Not that I want Gigi Era back, but like, can we get her out of here too? I'm sorry. I'm not featuring Silhouette at all.
You're not seeing the silhouette.
I saw the silhouette and it was a straight line.
Gasp.
Gasp. And I really did appreciate all of these sweet moments that they're having talking with Silhouette while they're all dressed as literal horror monsters. They're like, "We just love you."
Crazy. Like a high school production of Rocky Horror.
Yes, it's nuts. So really quick just about the mini, because I thought it was hilarious.
Is this the 2-over-1 or whatever?
This is
with the like the strap that they have to hit with their feet?
Yes. This is
With
the flipping thing. It was a cool
This is
idea.
what Maya Mon LePage was doing with her cousins.
Oh my god.
This is how she learned to flip.
Oh,
This is how
my
she became the
God.
queen of flips.
This was the progenitor.
I am obsessed with this mini challenge. The way they're all dressed is crazy.
Psychotic.
They go. Was it Lady Morgana? They said to. Did you write down what they told her?
And then they Lady Morgana comes out dressed crazy, and she's like, "This is how we do it in the subdivision." She has never laid eyes on a hinge, and I think they come in.
Is it Precious Paul Nicole where they say
She looks like an auntie.
Well, she's dressed like the freaking like Squid Games doll, but
Yeah.
they're like, "How do you have bangs but you're balding or something?" Like,
Even Mama Pao comes in and she's like, whoa, what do we have here? What happened?
That, and then like the way that like Marina's dressed with short hair, like her natural hair, but mugged down and giving like femme, and like also
Also, Eva.
Eve. Eve. They said they felt bold because they had Auntie there, and the way that Lady Morgana says unironically that wasn't for a mini challenge.
I love Lady Morgana so much. I'm so
It's like
obsessed.
All Stars 1 ass outfit. I'm upset. This is giving
Stars one Chad Michaels.
It's actually giving it's giving Chad Michaels in the political challenge.
Red, green, yellow, red, boom.
Boom. Oh,
I did
my
want to
God.
talk about the pit crew because, okay, normally the pit crew is like as safe for work as men in underwear can be that are footless, that are shoeless in a room, right? But I will not include this in the visual podcast. I saved this screenshot for us in case you didn't clock it. I did. The pit crew member who got himself all the way hard, put on a cock ring, stuck his dick upwards, and you can see full mushroom head the whole challenge. And he stays hard.
But then meanwhile, literally like stone faced, like looking straight ahead, like not like
Pissed.
literally in a trance. Like it was crazy. Lady Morgana flipped and then she goes up and goes, "You okay?" And he doesn't even look at her. Like this, y'all, this season is
Psychotic.
this is one of the only seasons where I can literally say at least watch the mini challenges, because like these mini challenges are crazy. They're literally like dressed up as children, like little femme children, and they're like flipping and acting a fool, and they're like, yeah, this is how we do it in our subdivision.
That's how we do it at home.
It's crazy. I
It
love
really was
so much.
wild. And I didn't understand what they were doing until it was like flipping over the string. And then I was like, okay, I get it. It wasn't about leaping over it.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they had to do was like
it's
jump over it.
Your foot has to meet the line, I
Right.
think, or go over it. It was hilarious though.
It
like
was so funny.
and we see the iconic Precious Paul and Nicole, No Way to Build Energy, like the huh, 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 and she's like backbending into it. Like the like sports energy of it all.
It's so sporty.
But I actually like don't hate it. I actually love it.
I did not cringe at all. Normally these in the US, I would be like,
No, because
please.
they're literally like in a bob and like in lip gloss, like belly out, like looking crazy. Like they're so like it's Spanky Jackson energy.
It's all Spanky all the time.
All Spanky all the time. Fuck yeah.
I love these queens so much. Eva La Queen wins the mini challenge because on top of like just the skill, she was funny.
The look.
The look was insane.
She's everything. I love Eva so much.
The maxi is described as 9 battle-ready divas, OPM, Divas the Rusical. And I thought it was interesting that they did 2 performance challenges back to back.
Yes.
Good way to learn out these girls.
Well, low-key 3 because next week they have a full opening number.
Oh, that's right.
If you can call it that.
Right. Barely that. Each one of the girls are going to be given a Filipina diva. You have to embody them and lip sync folk songs and nursery rhymes in the stylization of those divas. That's so much more fun than RuPaul songs.
Yeah. But also kind of wild.
Like, I'm imagining this translated to US. Like, someone comes out doing Mary Had a Little Lamb in the style of Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Well, that's very, what's it called? Oh, I don't remember what it's called, but the annoying Jimmy that RuPaul scared
Fallon?
on TV. Jimmy Fallon.
Uh-huh.
He does the roulette
Oh, uh-huh.
where It would be something like Mary Had a Little Lamb in the style of Britney Spears.
Right.
I think someone actually did that, stuff like that. So it is kind of fun because it's that tea. And it's almost, dare I say, more recognizable than RuPaul's songs.
Totally.
As much as I love Born Naked in the style of Stevie Nicks, which is basically just Born Naked.
Oh, so she gets a fan.
Got it.
Got it.
Giant guitar prop. Cool.
Cool. Poor Thorgy was really robbed in that. I don't think anyone was Boo Boo the Fool in this one, though, thankfully. Well, maybe Lady Morgana was, but I don't know if that was.
You think?
Maybe just a little tiny bit.
You think? I think not. I think she was the princess.
She was Jasmine.
I'm sorry,
That was
but
the
she
real
got the best character.
You think so?
Leia Salonga.
That is true.
Are you kidding?
It is pretty fierce.
I mean, to be fair, that's the one I recognize.
Right.
But I'm like, wait. Like, that's Mulan, that's Jasmine. But also, like, she's such a diva. I think she's in an episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend randomly. But, like, that was fierce to me.
Starting out with the Aladdin theme. Do, 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 do.
But then also, like, yeah, like the whimsy of, like, her performance. Because I thought she had a lot to play with.
Totally. They have to start choreography with someone who thinks that he's Abby Lee Miller. I don't know who this dude is in the Philippines, but Douglas was so rancid. The musty vibes were real.
Trend alert.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, because there's challenges to come.
Right.
Some people just be mean on this season.
I don't get it.
You're gonna see it later too. Some people just be mean.
For why? It's drag queens.
Drag is serious.
Drag is not fun.
Drag is lethal.
Drag is silhouette. What are you doing? Stop. You're wrong.
Did you kind of like that though? Because it was silhouette.
Oh, absolutely. If it was to Lady Morgana, it would have been like, no.
You're like, not too much on my
Not
my
her.
good sis.
Not on my Judy right now. So, what did you think about the Rusical they called it a Rusical. I don't really think it was a Rusical. What did you think about this?
I liked it because it basically is the Divas Challenge.
Totally.
As we've come to know her in All Stars past.
I mean, they used a jingle from it.
Yeah, and I loved it.
I did too.
And I honestly think that's a cool, like, that should be more of a mainstay, like, each country's resident divas. Because, like, France could have done that. I'm sure they have enough French women to round up.
Totally.
You know? I mean, Celine Dion.
Totally.
Well, she's French-Canadian, but...
Canada hasn't done a Celine Rusical, have they?
Not a Celine Rusical.
That would be
But
sickening.
if they did a Rusical that was, like, sort of... The Maxima Rusical.
Oh my
from
God.
Holland
Yeah,
One.
yeah, yeah.
But it's like the life of Celine. So there's like Eurovision Celine, and then there's like Titanic Celine.
That would have been so fun.
That would be fierce.
They only did Brooke so far in 4.
I mean,
That's the Canadian diva. That she is her.
with 2 E's.
D-E-E-Fa.
Please, no.
D-E-E-V-A.
Oh,
Diva
no.
A. Turing, I thought was really freaking funny. The judges were not feeling it, but I thought her like constant like nodding, waving, like hello, hi, adoring fans. I
okay.
giggled.
Literally, I'm like, I'm so curious what this woman's gig is because she waved and took off her earrings.
Gave them to one of the pictures.
Took off
right?
her earrings and one of her rings. And
I
handed
lived.
them.
I absolutely lived. I thought Venus's performance was unironically funny because the boys brought the fans up to her, but her hair was
did not
sprayed.
move.
No, not at all. I think it like you could see one of the curls like kind of vibrate for a moment, but it was just like air hitting a wall.
Yeah.
That hairspray
For
was
real.
locked.
For real. I was like, okay. Love that.
Marina came out and was dancing like the prize money was on the table.
Oh my God. Yeah. She went in.
She's like, I'm going to get those million pesos.
And the judges were just like, oh. Wow.
Did anyone stand out to you?
Marina.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Marina did really good. I mean, I gotta give props to Precious Paula Nicole because she was
Oh,
impersonating the judge in front of her.
I would die.
That's terrible. That's actually terrifying because she had to make fun of her in front of her.
Yeah.
Which is very different than like doing like a tribute. Like it was a
Mm-hmm.
tribute, but she had to she had to make fun of her.
It's a
And
parody.
and I think that she struck a good balance where like she just was kind of kooky
Mm-hmm.
without being too mean.
Yeah.
So, but I thought she deserved recognition for how well she handled that cuz girl, that was terrifying. But I also thought, to be fair, the judge was very gracious about it.
Mm,
She seemed very sweet.
she did.
But yeah, I thought Marina, I thought Precious Paula Nicole. No, I kind of want to say Silhouette just because,
Do
like,
it.
in that short wig, she was giving something crazy. And I
You saw
loved
it.
I saw it. I saw the TV glow with her.
Can I say with Silhouette, I was kind of getting that diva that they did in Italia and España.
Wait, with who?
The one, you know, that blonde bitch that they did? They did the Rusical. I was like getting that like crazy stylized wig. And then that very specific dress. I'm
It's
like,
the way
that's
that
her.
I always mix her up with the diva they did in España.
Mm,
Do you know what I'm talking about? Who also had the blonde hair?
it's the same one.
That's the same woman.
The woman from Italia and España too.
That's the same woman.
Yeah, the Rusical that they did, and then when they did the lookalike runway, those are the same people.
She's so. Why is she so prevalent? I have no idea who she is.
I don't know. She's one of those divas.
The way I've seen so many bricks in that wig, in that crazy blonde wig, is too
Not
much.
bricks. The runway category for this week is Pearl of the Orient Seas.
Pia, fun fact, did Who We See Next Week. The beauty queen.
Oh,
For her, is it Miss Universe that was?
I believe so.
That year, she does a Pearl of the. I feel so weird saying that.
I know,
term.
right?
I'm like, ooh.
Are we supposed to say that?
But she
That's
does.
what it said in
She
the episode.
does. That is that. I don't know if that's a movie. I don't know what.
There was on the wiki, there was a very specific title that was on there, and then translated, it shows up as this. So it could be like a phrase. It could. We'll find out in 5 weeks.
Right.
It could
in the
be
comment,
something.
Yeah. The what is this word? Sobriquet? What is a sobriquet?
I don't know, but she sounds fierce.
A sobriquet is a descriptive nickname.
Oh.
Like the Big Apple.
Oh. Okay.
Like it's the pearl of the
Pearl of the Sea.
of the sea.
Of the sea.
Of that sea.
Uh-huh.
Of that
the,
sea
of
over
that body
there.
of water.
Of that tool.
that tool fabric.
That tool fabric. Okay. So I know as well that Pia did a look that was also of that imagery for her Miss Universe. So it's also funny that they didn't then
Swap runways.
Yeah. That's so weird.
And have them do the pearl one next week and do pink this week. Because I think pink would have
love
been fine.
pink.
Love pink.
But yeah, I mean, I love pearls. I know a lot of people think it's tacky. But I love pearls and like.
Oh, that's fierce what she wore.
Yeah, I'm showing
that
Jared
headpiece
Pia's
is
look.
everything.
Yeah, and I mean, like the imagery is very much there, but it's
Yeah.
very much like also stylized.
The big paillettes are emblematic of them too. That's cool.
Yeah, super cool. She's also so gorgeous. Like her, like
She really is
her everything
stunning.
card. Like she's got a full wallet.
Totally. I love when they get the Miss whatevers on the seasons. Because remember in Thailand too, they had the Miss Thailand on there.
Yes, and okay, I feel like I'm sure to some of those people that's like really like a serious diva because
Totally.
like that is that is such like a totem, like
Mm-hmm.
like such like a pillar for like certain communities.
Right.
And I mean, also she was like a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And those girlies, those pageant girls, are doing what drag queens do. You know,
For real.
they're getting in huge campy
Girl,
ghost
those-
dresses.
Those like, I mean, they're doing when they do their hometown drag.
Yes,
The bitch who was a transformer.
that's right. They get in those crazy hairstyles, all that makeup. They bronze up their entire body from scalp to toenails. You know, like those girls are doing drag. So I'm sure that they understand these types of pageantry competitions like Drag Race
Yeah.
in a way that someone like a model wouldn't. Like a model's great, but are they doing high drag like these pageant girls? Absolutely
Right.
not. Sorry.
Clock that tea.
Clock all of that. Did you have any standouts from this particular runway?
Like good or bad?
Either way, I do have one that I thought, huh.
You thought, huh?
I did.
I mean, honestly, I think that Marina really turned it and burned it just because she was one of the only
Tina mentioned.
straight Tina mentioned. Just because she was one of the few that wasn't just all white.
Right.
I thought the cut through of that deep ocean blue and the lighter blue was really effective.
It was bold.
I thought maybe there could have been more pearl to that effect. And so the flip side is I thought Minty also did great because I love that like all pearl vibe. But that's very much like, yeah, I've seen that. The like the corset, kind of the bony, like but pearl vibe. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Wake up, Pearl. Wake up. Venus worked me out too.
Oh yes. I loved it was almost bridal. It was like bridal meets like pageant meets like, yeah, I like the structure of it, like in the shoulder, and then that headpiece. The headpiece was very goddess to me.
It was kind of Beyonce a little bit.
Very who run the world? Pearls.
I really liked Eva's kind of like Marlena Dietrich vibe. She didn't mention her specifically, but that's what I was getting from this
Oh,
look.
totally. And also like she is very, it's so funny when she gets her next week. She is very Vegas, is she not?
She is
She's like
world ready.
yes, exactly. She's the international showgirl.
This the diva. What did you think about Brigading's pool noodle that she brought in? Or sorry, not a pool noodle, like a pool floaty.
Pool floaty backpack.
Uh-huh. Did you live?
I mean, I didn't hate it. I honestly, it feels very current because all the girls love a back piece right now.
They do.
That's very in right now in 2025 drag.
Yeah.
Is like not much on the body, but a huge back piece.
Her influence.
It's very much like an extension of the Victoria's Secret fantasy where it's like you're in like basically nothing, but you have fuck ass like giant wings. But then also in the more seasonal ones where the wings are like a certain material or they're like beyond that. I feel like that has sort of mutated into like I'm going to be naked and then have like a giant like backpack mural.
Right. Just gonna have a bunch of crap on me.
It's sort of reheating the nachos of remember those dresses where it was a train but it was hard.
Oh, and then it
you
came
could
up?
grab it and it would come up.
Yeah.
It's sort of like because that never worked.
No, Trinity did it in her hometown in 9.
I don't like those. And so did Alexis but Alexis's wasn't as good.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
But I feel like that's kind of like a more successful like idea of that.
Yeah.
So maybe not a reheat. The recipe was improved. These are new nachos.
The new nacho, same recipe.
They went back in the kitchen and instead of the cheese from a can, they melted cheese from a bag.
Cheese from the heather, not from the booger.
From the Kroger.
Yeah. Pao made some shady comment that I almost wrote down. Something about Brigading having hot air, and so she clearly did because she blew up that balloon on her own.
I think I said before we went live, they hate Brigading.
They really do.
They hate her, and I really feel like they kept her as their prisoner. Like,
To
it's when
torture
they're
her.
like, please just kill me, and it's like, no, I need you to suffer first.
They were mad about that pre-show drama where she brought up all that stuff about Minty. They were like, no, you have to suffer for this.
Yeah. Consequences.
Consequences of actions coming back to bite you, gal. Before the safe girls go back, Jiggly stops and gags them. And all the judges are like, actually, you know what? Here's our chance to say something. And she tells Minty to wake the fuck up. And then Khaled Karen is like, Brigading, you're the most popular girl out there. Everyone knows you and wants to book you. You need to step up your game. And then I think there was one other one I feel like, but in my brain I was like, wait, she's popular? All these girls hate her.
Is that why they hate her? It's okay to hate the popular girl?
Maybe they always hate the popular girl. They can't take her.
How can you be popular if no one knows who you are? And
Because none of them do. Literally, I bet they were all gagged. They were like, popular.
I'm like, what is like? I'm getting conflicting stories.
Right.
Who is she?
She's the diva of her area, and she's known for her glamorous looks. In the actual critiques, what did you think about Jiggly being so harsh on Turing?
Oh,
I need to know your thoughts.
it's so hard because it's like, I get where she's coming from, but also it's like sometimes it felt too hard because then also it felt so sad. Like, spoilers jumping ahead, there feels like a genuine upset from Turing of like, I let her down.
Yeah.
And like also like I think because it's like I think there's like a proxy there of like, this is who the type of like woman I'm trying to represent for, and like one of the most notable ones in my community is in front of me,
Right.
and like I just like did my big failure in front of her.
Get that big one, girl.
Yeah. She did her big one negative. So I mean, it's hard because I think it's very much like that's like a direct proxy for like part of like the experience she's speaking to.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like if, you know, I mean, there's so many divas I can think of, but it's like if you had like a Kylie or a Sasha in front of you and you were a doll like trying to represent for your community.
Totally.
And you did bad that week. Like, it's hard because it's like you have someone who I'm sure like you really look up to, and like, you know, Turing's bringing it, and as the only like big girl her season, just like, I'm not just sorry, man. Laquia Erasure, not the man, and Latrice Erasure, Jesus. But like, I think that like, you know, they see each other,
Yeah.
and so Jiggly giving her that critique felt very much like looking out, but also like being a little extra hard. And also, okay, different, of course, different, but similar. Saint on Dragula.
Oh.
Was that Bob? Another Drag Race girl who basically told her, like, hey, as a woman of color, I see these things. I know it's already harder for you, but I want to clock these things
Right.
as your equal in
Right.
this. And so to that effect, is it better if someone's going to be harsh on Turing? Is it better for it to be Jiggly compared to like, I don't know, the random like impressionist comedian, like instead of him like tearing her up, you know what I mean? So I said I'll end with that.
Yeah. Is that better for her to do that and be able to identify and know where she's coming from than someone who has no idea about the POV?
Then like BJ.
Or what was her name that told Phoenix that she wasn't a star?
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. I just didn't see the star that you say you are. Yeah,
you think
rather
you
than
the
that.
shit? You ain't even a fart.
You ain't even gas. Turing is feeling, I think, the pressure and her feet are hurting and she like almost passes out on stage.
It's all too much. I
It's all way
literally
too
couldn't
much.
imagine because like mental fatigue is enough to take me out. I couldn't
Right.
imagine adding as someone who doesn't experience physical fatigue because I don't fatigue the physical.
Yeah.
Um
That was so existential. I don't know physical fatigue because I don't fatigue the physical.
I could not imagine being in full drag and having a shitty day.
Imagine. I would have passed out too.
Well, because also they already performed, I'm assuming twice. I don't know
They
if they
usually do.
also filmed twice. But if they did film twice, why was the main shot blurry? Sorry.
Oh my
Sorry to come back
God.
to that, but you know what I'm
You're
talking
right.
about? In the
It
musical,
was.
the straight on camera, the way they held that shot for 5 seconds, and it was blurry the whole time. That was crazy.
They did not get a camera budget, I feel, this season. Maybe it gets better in 2, but there are so many times where like the lens flares and the whole white balance of the entire shot is all the way up max.
Android footage.
Like Nokia phone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's giving like that porn from like 2010 that it's like, oh, but it's so good. Like, I just have it saved. I know the quality shit.
That
I
was
know it sounds
record-
like it was recorded on the freeway, but I love it. Like,
It's very that tea. What was so okay, so she's out for an hour allegedly is what the cut tells us. An hour later she rejoins them.
RuPaul would never.
No, RuPaul would be like, go somewhere else. Do you remember when Lukeisha almost passed
La
out?
Bamba.
They just sent her backstage and they kept going on the critiques. They're like, okay, Lukeisha, go have your panic attack back there. We're filming a show.
I would love if they have like almost like a sports cam where it's like she's in the other room and they just have like the box on like the side of the screen where it's like Lakeisha cam and it's like her like getting fanned out, like drinking water, towel on the forehead, like, and then they're like, okay, Lakeisha's coming back out. Like they need that for when people pass out on Drag Race.
Totally a Turing cam. And it's her just laying back, dying slowly while they're still critiquing. And she's watching on like a little VHS.
She had a very like it almost felt like Max-ish, the intense like
Oh.
180 crash out.
Yeah.
Not like it was her fault, but just like she was going so strong and then like things just were so like working against her this episode. It really sucked.
It did. What did you think? Because I laughed at this of Venus and her confessional saying, okay, airtime. They took her blood pressure, so I heard, and everything was normal. So I heard.
So Venus is so messy. She's so messy. Teaching me like Philippine slang because I think she says like bonga airtime. I think that's the word.
Something like
which
that.
basically means like let's go or something. Like I love it. It was so funny because it's also like as a Turing stan, like I'm so concerned in the moment. And I'm
Right.
so upset. But then also as a Venus stan, I'm like cutting up with her. Like it's such a confliction of emotions for real.
It's a fantastic juxtaposition of these high stakes emotions. And I said it last week and I'll say it again. This production team has found a really good way of blending story time and TV with genuine competition. Because, like, people pass out in pageants all the time. They just get tired and they're gone. But the fact that they give it space, but then also cut to another contestant being like, you better get your TV.
Right?
You
Because
better.
they probably also to them they see so much more.
Right.
You know? Also, I like circle back. I said confliction, not conflict. Confliction.
Confliction.
Let's wake that up.
Confliction, conflama.
I'm feeling confliction, friction. I'm tired of feeling looked over, overlooked, and looked through.
I'm feeling confliction and friction, and I'm going to share it using diction.
Okay.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Come on, Dr. Seuss.
We have Precious Paula Nicole is the winner.
Slay.
I think it was a slay. I think Marina could have had it.
Yeah, I feel like also they rewarded bravery in the face of adversity.
Put that on a t-shirt.
And on the back it says dark-sided people are all around us.
Sound off, listeners. If you would want that on a t-shirt, tell me. I'll put it on one. Our bottom two is my icon, Lady Morgana and Turing. And the song is Shine by Regine, the guest judge.
Am I blinded because I love Lea Salonga? Like, I did not think Lady Morgana did that bad.
I thought, for me, she wasn't, like, the best in the world, but
Safe Low.
Safe Low, yeah.
Who'd you have put instead of her?
No, I would not have put Vinyas.
Just because of the wig not moving? That's her money gun. That's her Alyssa broken money gun. Is the wig not moving in the fan?
No, am I hateful for saying Minty?
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
I would have done Minty.
No, I was wondering that.
But I think Minty's got too strong of a story in the competition.
No, true. Yeah, she's got skin in the game right now.
She does. But like I thought Turing did too.
So I thought, but no, we hate her right now. So
apparently,
it was convenient.
We don't want to play with you right now. But no, I would not have put Lady Morgana in the bottom. Plus that performance of her being left at the altar for a man who decided to go for another man. That was hilarious.
What a crazy... I love her.
An insane story. And she said she got this dress at like a secondhand store. And
no,
I can't believe it. She was like, well, I mean, it doesn't really work, but I'll make up a story and it'll be fine.
Queen.
I love that. That's drag.
That's drag, for real.
Drag is storytelling. What did you think about Morgana polishing her pearls? I love that she is kind of like on Planet Tammy as well.
She's so on Planet Tammy. I can't remember if it was already this episode at the beginning, at the fallout of the previous, when she like takes off her brow and she's like, "Thank you," and she kisses it. Like she's literally like on a different planet.
She's on another universe. And then her taking off her wig to reveal that bus driver wig from episode 1. her TV newscaster wig.
Literally, I'm forever just like waiting for her. God, because nothing says like bridal like a bus driver wig. Nothing sells the bridal fantasy like revealing to your short, like Kris Jenner wig, basically.
That's why she got left at the altar. She had that hair.
Of course.
The husband couldn't handle it.
I just love when she break dances. When she does the like stand on the arm and like kick the feet out move. I don't know what that's called, but like she's such an icon. I love me some Lady Morgana.
She's incredible. I love her endlessly. I thought that Turing was really special. Morgana was a psychopath, and it was such different routes of exploring this very emotional song.
Both with lots of undressing.
So much undressing. But it is only a one person goes home rather than no one going home. And they saved the double save for later. Do you think that this could have been the double save?
I feel like it could have been. Yes. The one that is feels peculiar.
That's the one at the end of this nasty little leg that we're doing right now.
This nasty
leg. I think that Turing could come back easy for a global or a versus the world.
I would love that.
And she seems to have pretty good English comprehension, which is a huge part of that. I would love to see that. And I couldn't really believe that she got axed so early. Her catchphrase this whole season is, you just had a bad day, you didn't have bad drag. And on her way out, she says, just because you had a bad drag doesn't mean you had a bad what? And they all go, a bad day. And she goes, it's reversed. Just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you have a what? Bad drag.
Bad drag.
I cackled.
Marina has a moment like that later in Untucked this season.
It's not the dress, it's you.
It's not the dress, it's you.
It's so funny. I don't think I've gotten there yet. I think that's probably in the next run because I haven't seen that in Untucked yet. I've been watching Untucked. Which, by the way, we'll discuss that really quick because it opens with Brigading monologuing about how she wants critiques.
Girl, because, this is 4 weeks safe.
Jade Jolie had 5 weeks safe before she got axed.
And didn't even just never got a positive critique in her life.
Not one. She got told that she was 2 rainbows and sunshine. 5 weeks later, and 3 hee-hees. They kicked her right on out of there. And she didn't complain once about how she was safe. But Brigading is upsetty about it. She's like, I just want to know. I want to know what they think about me.
Right. And I'm like, girl, get ready.
Do you, though?
They're about to let you know in spadeful soon.
What I only thing I want to say about this Untucked is the weird edit of it. Because it opens with Eva gooning while eating this chicken that's on or whatever the fried food was that was on the table. And her eyes are rolling behind her head, and it like cuts to her wiping her fingers, and then it cuts to them all sitting on the couch, and she leans forward and takes the wrapping off the chicken. All during Brigading's monologue. And then the next shot is of her eating another piece of chicken. And it's so wonkily cut together, and me as an editor, I'm like, was Brigading's train of thought interrupted constantly, and it just didn't make any sense what she was saying?
Yeah.
So the only way to make what she was trying to convey make sense was by cutting in and out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly like in real time, minute 45, minute 1, minute 15, minute 2.
Yeah.
That's the string that they show to us. And I'm like, her eating this chicken is throwing off your shot.
Yeah. The chicken continuity. It's like when they're in the workroom and it's like they have lips on, suddenly they have brows on, suddenly they're baking, suddenly they have no makeup on.
Suddenly they're fully in drag.
Yeah.
And the next shot, they're out of it
Yeah.
completely, and they haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Barely gluing the brows.
Then they're baking. Yeah, for real.
The way that they cut these sometimes is so circumvented by what is happening in the room.
Yes.
And I can never tell if they don't think we'll notice, or if they're like, the story will make sense later if we put it like this.
It'll all make sense later.
Do you remember when Miss Fame was doing that with every one of her posts?
And then it didn't make sense later.
Nothing
because
made
she
sense.
didn't realize it wouldn't all make the edit.
Episode 5 is Miss Shutaka. I hope I said that right. I'm really sad that Turing is out, and the room is pretty heartbroken too about it.
Yeah.
They
room of Turing stands.
Yeah. And they were like really thinking it was going to be a double.
Yeah. When even the room thinks it. Because, like, the stands think it all the time. But even when the girls themselves think it.
Yeah. Charlie Hyde should have been double saved.
She was robbed.
They jump right into the maxi, which is Miss Bitchy Queen of them all beauty pageant. That's what Shutaka means, I guess. All of that.
Oh, of course.
Well, obviously. It's part acting, part improv, part performance.
Honestly, a bit of a triathlon of a challenge.
Totally.
I mean, as pageants are really like a triathlon. You gotta do so much. Like the quick changes.
I couldn't imagine.
Quick changes, Q&A, performance, like talent. But
Did you ever watch that documentary that was on Netflix? I think it was just called simply Pageant. It was
Victoria Porkchop
yeah,
Parker
and Alyssa.
Crazy.
Did you ever watch it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I never watched it all the way through. It's on Netflix?
It was. I don't know if it is anymore. I watched it years ago, and it was basically like a docu-series of drag pageant girls who go out. I feel like I saw another face in there that I was like, oh, she was on Drag Race.
Yeah.
And it's all of the backstage drama. One girl says that she was doing a pageant and she came back and all her wigs were cut up. Like legitimate, her dresses were shredded. And so she had to drop out. One girl said she spent like $5,000 on her gown, but that there was no prize money. And she just works her day job to buy these expensive dresses just for the title of it all.
Crazy.
I could never imagine dumping that much money into something that I will have zero payout. But it's all about the title.
That's so wild because, like, yeah, I could never.
No. just to have a title behind you. But I guess maybe that equals to bookings. Or maybe it did prior to Drag Race.
Yeah, bookings and like stature in the community.
I won Little Miss Arkansas. And now I get a booking. One this year. This is a 1-day challenge. And I wrote down in my notes, this was very Canada's Drag Race season 1. Do you remember when they did that little pageant?
Oh, totally. I'm Misfits.
Yes. So the guest judge is the diva that Steve Harvey messed up on, right?
Yes, Madame Pia. So she's the one who actually won.
Yeah.
So she didn't get to have a proper crowning. She's not the one who got the crown ripped from her. So
Poor Miss Columbia.
I don't think she had it as rough. Yeah.
No.
But it is sad for her because she didn't get to have a proper crowning. She's a Jada Essence Hall of sorts.
Totally. But they do tease that in this pageant where they give it to Precious. And then they're like, actually, wait, it's Pia. Sorry. That was funny.
So good. After basically lottery, like deciding the winner via lottery.
Right.
Just pulling numbers.
So what did you think about these character assignments? We have Miss Tacky, which is brigading.
Her interpretation of Tacky was crazy.
Hip hop star. That's Tacky, obviously.
Hip hop. Yeah, the giant bag in the swimsuit.
Uh-huh.
The stature, the poses, the moves. She was something else for sure. For sure.
I wonder what her thought was with all this. And I think Eva even asked her later in Untucked, did you ask them for clarification? Because she's like, I just didn't really get it. And it's like, why did you ask anyone?
Right? Like what? But also like, why would you go so bold in like a direction if you didn't understand? Like she proceeded so confidently in that direction.
Confidently incorrect.
Yeah. For sure.
What did you think about Miss Stateside, Eva La Queen? It's a girl that's from the U.S.
Yeah, I think she even says she's from Vegas. Or
She like did a little stint there.
She had yeah. Hilarious. I love like as an American seeing a non-American portraying an American.
Yeah.
But honestly, she did great. Because her English is like kind of like crazy.
Yeah.
Like because her accent is very fascinating. Because like she does this it almost sounds Valley Girl-ish.
It's very Valley Girl.
Because like even when she's like in confessionals and she talks English, she's very like, yeah, so blah 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 blah.
Totally.
And I'm like, oh my god, like it's kind of scary. She just sounds like a sis.
Yeah, totally. That's the diva from
kikiing.
California.
Yeah, she like when she speaks in English, she just sounds like she's kikiing. It's
Totally
really funny.
I live.
Yeah, and so like, she was perfect for it. She also plays that like airhead great, which like we see next week. She's a hilarious airhead.
Yeah. I just freaking love her so much. Eva, it started out with Venus as being my number one love. And then I still love her, but Eva is my number one right now. I'm so into Eva La Queen.
She is that girl. She's funny. Her aesthetic is incredible. She's a great like mediator and moderator of the room. And like I said, because her English is so strong, probably I would say the strongest of this cast.
Yeah,
her and
Marina for sure.
Her and Marina both have really strong English, but she's such a strong audience proxy.
Yeah,
because she's also very like funny, very humble, like does not take things too seriously. So she's great like diffusing things like in confessionals for the audience.
She explains everything well, one, like you're mentioning and touching on, but also she just feels like, I don't know, this, like it's beyond audience proxy. It's like she's a friend watching it with us in like the strangest way. There's not been many characters on Drag Race that can do that. That just feel like, oh, you're the, ugh. Not me kidding everything.
Punching the tray.
Punching the mic. You're the person that's like watching Drag Race with me right now.
Totally. That's what I'm saying is like her voice, like she just sounds like there's something about the inflection of her voice that sounds like she's like talking to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very like friendly, like almost like kiki, like cutting up tone to her voice. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's the influencer voice.
It's like the random person you talk to at the supermarket vibes.
Totally. What did you think about Lady Morgana as Miss Goody Two Shoes? You cannot take her. I cannot take her. The judges cannot take her. They had to get rid of her because she was so soft. That's a woman.
She was so soft, and she was one of my faves. Of one of the people when they introduced herself, she just yelling. I am Lady Morgana. I love blah 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 blah. Like literally just like rattling everything off. Like some of them were like, I feel like they were screaming.
She said in her confessional earlier when she was practicing for this, she said, "My name is Lady Morgana, and I believe poverty is the best diet."
Sick in the head. Sick and twisted.
She was a rotten. I love her. She is on Planet Tammy all the time.
Yeah.
She was so funny to me. I loved her. But I don't think Miss Goody Two Shoes is that funny of a prompt.
No, and I don't think she knew where to go with it.
No. What would you have done with that?
Miss Goody Two Shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like a prude.
Mm.
Like for like swimsuit, I probably would have been like covered up. Like had a decency, like maybe had like a rash guard under.
Please.
But is that Goody Two Shoes? I feel like Goody Two Shoes is more like almost like teacher's pet-y. I don't think it's like prude, so maybe I'm going the wrong direction. But that's probably what I would do because I wouldn't know what to do. So I'd probably do like really like kind of like dorky prude.
I would go Amanda Bynes in Easy A. Like, you really think that you're the one, that you have no problems, but deep down you are a bitch.
Daya,
B-I-C-T.
you are the bitch.
That drama was crazy. Then we have Marina as Miss Skanky.
She delivered.
She did. I thought she was great.
Madame Pussy Slit.
Her the whole time was very funny to me. Then we have Minty as Miss Biatch. Another one that I think like Miss Goody Two Shoes is kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
Because like, how do you just be a bitch? She wasn't even rude.
She was just very one note, like annoyed.
Yeah, it wasn't really bitchy at all to me. We have my breakout star of this, Precious Paula Nicole as Miss Airhead. I loved so much the moment where they called the one number that wasn't Precious's. And she's like, oh, and like walks over and they're like, not you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Smiles and goes back.
She wins, but she's bummed because she hears the other person is first runner up and she's like, oh, it's not me. But then also like for swimsuit, when everyone's giving their numbers, like 36, 24, 36, and she gives her blood pressure. It's like, mine's 180 over, whatever. Like, she's like, all good.
I loved her so much. Those were actually really funny. I think that they could do this again in the States, and that would be funny to see.
Totally. It's very miscongeniality, I think. Like, kind of like turning the pageant on its head. Give everyone it's very much like give everyone the secret prompt.
Mm-hmm.
Like each girl has like something they have to do or something they have to be. I think that's fun.
It is. What'd you think about Venus as Miss Nervous?
Again, not a fun character.
Right.
Because anxiety is not funny.
You don't think so? You don't have fun at time with anxiety?
At times like these, all you can do is laugh. But it's very hard to be like, haha, she's nervous and like doing everything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she came out like in her pageant dress for swimsuit. But I'm not like, oh, that's so funny.
Right.
But it's not her fault. I don't know.
I didn't think the prompt was very good.
Unless I feel like the closest way to make it funny is like, I don't mean no shade, but on this most recent season of All Stars 10, the person Phoenix made over, she was a diva. I loved her. She was a
Yeah.
queen, but she looked terrified. Like, I think it'd be hilarious if you were smiling and you literally were like,
Clenching.
like literally like vibrating with terror, like eyes wide open, deer in the headlights, like trying to smile, like just like shaking down the runway. I feel like there might be something kind of funny there, but I don't know. She was just like frazzled, always doing the wrong thing, which also gives me stress.
Yeah.
It gives me stress.
Her performance made me feel that as well. I'm like, ooh, I don't like it.
It feels like a bad dream.
Exactly. And then our very last character is Silhouette as Miss Upstager. She thought she was going to win this one.
She thought
She thought she
she
ate.
was method acting. She really was the showboat, though, and I thought it was hilarious.
It was.
The making a fucking, like, cane appear, a magician's cane, as her microphone for her intro.
I could not.
And she's like, did anyone else think of that? And I'm like, oh, yes, of course, because Miss Biatch would make a magician's cane appear for her microphone, of course. Why did she not think of that? But she was perfect for that, like, showboaty, like, but I can do this.
But can you do this?
But then also, like, earnestly playing herself, because then she was like, I also love, like, eating bones and being in the pits of hell and, like, being the mother of, like, demons. So I'm like, wait, what?
I thought what was interesting, I don't know if you clocked it, during the lottery, Callie Karen's fingering the balls and
Of
pulls,
course.
as she does, and she pulls out like a pink one and her fingers are on it. The next scene cuts to her with an orange ball in her hand, or like a blue one.
Wow. Clocked.
And I don't know if the pink one was Precious's, but I did notice that another inconsistency in editing where like maybe the lottery system wasn't exactly what it was supposed to be. Like maybe it was meant to be that Precious was going to get the crown because she was the funniest and she won the challenge or something. I don't know.
It's so
Thought it was
funny that
interesting.
that'd be hilarious, because it's like they're doing a lottery to, like, make fun of the idea that, like, it's all, like, kind of just, like, random and it's not about who actually is the best, but then they
Right.
actually are trying to, like, fix it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, while we are mentioning her, I just want to confirm, do you have your Khaled Karen stand card?
I think with this episode, yes.
She is that diva.
I picked it up here. I made sure I got it here.
She's such a diva, and I also love that in the Philippines, essentially the role of Michelle is split by two trans women.
Yeah,
That is, like, so incredible.
that's fierce.
And, like, they're also so different. Like, I
Totally.
feel like Jiggly and Khaled are such different. Does she go by Khaled? It's like calling Acid Betty Acid. Like, because Karen is her name. It's like calling T.S. Madison T.S. Khaled, Karen, like, and Jiggly are such different roles and such different, like, perspectives, which I
Yeah.
love. And Khaled Karen is so, like, TV, and she's so presenter.
Right.
And it's, like, such a valuable role, I feel, as well.
Mhm.
But she's amazing. I love her so much.
Yeah, she's like you said, very TV, very what is her name from Wheel of Fortune?
Vanna White.
Vanna White, you know? And then Jiggly is the around the way girl, the one who's a little more of the people. And I
Yeah.
love that, you know? I
For
just
sure.
I also
She's the wheel.
the what?
She's the wheel. She's the Wheel of Fortune, Mama. Mama.
That's the wheel. That one's the wheel right there.
Round
That's her
away.
name.
The wheel. Wheel goes round the way.
Is that not it?
No? We're gonna box each other. Box.
I love the way that Khaled Karen talks.
Yes.
I can't explain it. It's something about the way that her mouth
I
moves.
can't even impersonate it.
No.
It's not her, but she is the epitome of that sound. You give good mouth.
Yes, it is that.
She is the epitome of that soundbite about
Totally.
Jujubee. Like, she, like literally, you know the term eating a sandwich when
Uh-huh.
they talk about like someone lip syncing, but she
Yeah.
does it when she's talking.
Yeah.
Like when she enunciates, she's like eating the sandwich.
Yeah.
But even the way that it sounds coming out,
Yeah.
it's very blah blah blah, and it's so like, but it's like it's not like grand. I
You
don't
know
know how to
exactly what I'm
describe.
talking about, though, right?
It's the Callie Karen effect.
Yeah. It's something very specific about her. It's the way that she talks, the way that words come out of her mouth, the way that she says things and enunciates. I'm obsessed. And it
It's
wasn't
so
until
Callie
this
Karen.
one.
Yes. No, because she had such a center role. Like we didn't really get to see her in like a challenge yet. Also shout out to John,
Oh, uh-huh.
because okay, also I like him as a judge in general because he is a character actor. And I feel like in a show where we have stuff like Snatch Game, it makes sense to have an impressionist as one of the comedian anchors.
Totally.
So I really appreciate his role. I
Right.
will
Not just
say.
a Muppet like we have in
Not
US.
just a bedazzled sweatsuit.
Exactly. That's drag, though.
I mean, tea.
T. Our runway category is Pink Pack Boom. We have a lot of interesting choices for pink.
Yes.
Did you have any particular ones that you were like, ooh, that one?
I mean, Marina Summers, as always.
Completely. That look is hot.
It's so funny because it almost feels like the pink complement to
Shea
Shea
Coulee?
Coulee's. The blue.
Yeah.
For the camo runway.
I thought the exact same thing. And she's got a watering can.
Yes.
It's the same collection.
That's why I was like, yes, this is literally like this is the same like Moschino runway. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're both like 60s gardeners in floral. Like it was such like a weird like overlapping POV.
Put her and Shay in a drag version of Why Women Kill.
Oh my god. Nutting.
Yeah.
So I loved Marina's
Uh-huh.
and I love Venus's.
Yeah.
Because okay, also I remember seeing this commentary at the time. The fans in defense of Venus felt like the girlies could not handle camp.
No.
And it's true because Venus is probably the campiest of the group, and she's like a really strong like camp comedy queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like it isn't, for as campy as they are, that aesthetic isn't maybe as accepted.
Yeah.
Because
Sorry, no, you go ahead. I interrupted you.
They weren't living, and I said this before we started recording, but this sets off the turn on Venus.
Totally.
It really feels like we don't want to play with you anymore. And she even says it herself in Untucked. It feels like the judges are kind of getting over me.
Mm-hmm.
And she could tell right away, like, there's a shift.
Something
And
happened here.
Something has changed within me. But, like, yeah, it's so weird because, like, I live for her. I stay living for her. I live for her until the very end. But it's like, at this point onwards, it feels like they don't have the same love for her
That they did before.
Yeah, I mean, that's harsh. I don't want to say that, but like it feels like it.
It comes across that way.
Yeah, bummer. Hate that.
You know, I agree with you. It is a good look. It really is.
I think it's so fun. I think it's so camp. And like it's a very different POV than everyone else there as well.
I'm remembering at the end of this episode when she's called safe. And Pao is like, if you have a reveal, do a reveal. And she goes and takes off the wig. And Pao is like, no, not like that. She doesn't get it. Not that. And then she takes off the robe.
They like hate her. They are so mad. They're like, no, not that. And they're like, you had this and you didn't reveal it. What were you thinking?
They were so mad. They really, really hated Precious's look. And I'm not defending it or anything, but they hated it. And this is also very camp.
Precious has not as intense, but she has the Spanky Jackson effect sometimes of like, she will do the absolute best, but look kind of crazy at the end.
Kinda.
Her aesthetic is so like...
You think that's kind of crazy?
No, because she really runs the gambit. Because like we saw last episode, when she does pretty, like her gown, she is such a beautiful woman. And she can be such a put together like glamazon, like matriarch, like puss. But then she, like, her entrance look,
She hot
stuff
glues
like
feathers to a shoe
when she gets kooky, when she gets fun, when she gets crazy, you better watch out.
because she's coming.
With no lashes.
Zero. Can I say my other stand up for me, and maybe this is so controversial, but it is fashion to me. It is so fashion. Brigading. I am obsessed with this. It is RuPaul season 8 promo, baby doll look in pink. This is so cute.
I'm here for you being a Brigading supporter in these trying times. I think she deserves that.
She needs at least one person.
I think she needs it.
This doll needs it. I really loved it. And the pink and the black, the big gloves, the shoes.
Couple more things to talk about, honestly, on this runway. Eva proving once again she's an international woman.
Oh, totally.
This is giving All-Stars. This is giving Drag Race of any caliber.
This is giving a high fashion version of what Cheryl wore for Versus the World. Cheryl.
Absolutely. Do you know what else I'll say? I know it's not her aesthetic.
Miss
Silhouette looks so good in blonde.
Yeah.
I know that black hair is her thing. She's the dark lady. The bitch looks good in light colored hair.
I thought the same
light
thing.
colors. It's so funny because, like, yes, she looks a certain way in dark colors, dark hair, dark outfits, and that is her aesthetic.
Yeah.
But she looks a certain way in light colors and light hair, and it's kind of parallel or perpendicular to her style, but I'm very much here for it. You're going to see her in blonde again later this season, and I'm always like, damn, you're like a whole different queen looking like this, but I like it. It's
the evil character in a soap opera's nice twin sister.
Oh my God, totally.
Who like shows up and she's the congenial nice one and she's giving gifts while the evil one is stabbing somebody off screen.
Completely.
You know, she's really spectacular in this particular runway. So Brigading, who has been craving critiques, finally gets them and is told, "You're forgettable and you don't have a brand." I feel like someone from day one that Eva was like, yeah, it's a branding thing. Someone wrote that down. They were like, get branding in there. Branding. That's the buzzword.
Brigading, branding. Brandading.
Branding ding.
Branding ding. Keep on brigading dinging them bells. Keep on brigading dinging them bells.
Frisbee Jenkins mentioned. If I was told I was forgettable, I would have packed my bags right then and there.
To be safe for 4 weeks and be told you're forgettable, you don't have a brand.
I would leave.
Well, and also, it's also crazy because it's like you're safe and someone in the room is telling you one thing and you're like, well, fuck you. You're not the authority. You're not RuPaul or in this case, Mama Pow. But then you actually get critiques and they tell you exactly what that person was telling you. And you're like, fuck. Like, I didn't want to believe that was actually true. Like, I thought it was something else.
I thought it was a lie. I thought they were just hating. I thought they were jealous of me.
No, they couldn't take me. Yeah.
They can't take all of this. Silhouette is in the top 2 and loses to Marina. Marina wins this challenge, and Silhouette is plucked the crack.
It's like reverse Bob and Thorgy of like the showboat losing to the underdog.
Totally.
I mean, is Marina even an underdog?
I mean, the comparison is there. Thorgy was always wanting to beat out Bob.
Yeah. She also devoured this challenge. She was so good.
She really did. And that runway was very good, too.
Also, we didn't talk about the opening number.
Oh, did you want to?
The musical number.
Did it again and really treated Silhouette like she was the worst queen he's ever worked with.
And Eva said, I hope I never see him again so I don't have to face him for this performance. And I was like, bitch, I hope we never have to see him again either. But it was so funny because she knew she did shit. It was funny because only Marina did it correctly. I think her and Precious. Precious Paul and Nicole, and Precious Paul and Nicole's in the back, so you barely even
Yeah.
clocked it. Because that was the other thing, is everyone in the front were people who weren't good with the choreos. Like Eva was in the front, Brigadine got a ton of center points, and she kept missing her mark, so she would bump into people. It was crazy. Marina was like the only one who really had a grasp on the choreo. Silhouette not even trying to lip sync to the first half of the song
Not at all.
just standing with the half like this. Her like perma face is that like when white people see each other on the street and they do that like tucked in like frog smile. She has that like weird like,
Not the frog smile.
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my God. The part where they crossed each other.
Was crazy. It was literally like the gag was that the choreo was bad, like they were unprepared. It was so funny. I loved it. But I feel like that also to solidify Maria's win, like she was really the only one who got that choreo.
Yeah. But also they did it in 45 minutes maybe.
I mean, yeah, but then I don't know. I feel both ways about it because I'm like, would I be better at something if I learned it and then had to do it 45 minutes later, or if I learned it and had to do it 24 hours later?
Well, yeah. That is a good point. I also wondered too how much of the costuming was provided to them. Like, were they told about the category, bring your own dress? Or did, I don't know, someone in our department make that
I feel
for
like
them?
they brought the dresses themselves. I feel like those are their gowns.
I mean, looking at Lady Morgana, it really could be either way. That could be anything. That's a woman. That's an entire woman, and they could not handle her.
Why is she so soft?
She is so soft. That is the softest woman that has ever existed. Our bottom two is Lady Morgana and Brigadine. And when they call, I mentioned this, when they call Vania safe, she does that. And I just love how Mama Pao has these moments every single week. No, not that. The shoes.
Not more of that.
Not more of that. No, not like that. It's just so good. I love her.
It's so good. Yeah. No, and poor Venus.
Poor Venus. They did not want her anymore.
She just tries to laugh through it.
If they had put Venus in the bottom with Morgana, because they could have put her in with Brigadine. Do you think that Venus would have been out?
No, I think Venus would have turned it out. I think that she has lip sync capabilities within her.
We see that next week. Isn't she in the bottom for Snatch Game?
Is she?
We'll get there in a moment.
Well, anyway, I feel like also she would have gagged them with that reveal.
Oh yeah, totally.
If she had lip synced with it, I mean, they would have been like, what? Like, why didn't you do this? But I feel like they would have been gagged.
I did enjoy Pal clocking her. Like, did you not do the reveal because you thought you'd be lip syncing and you wanted to save it?
Right?
Like, damn, girl.
A little bit like breaking like it's not breaking the fourth wall, but it's like breaking
The first wall.
It's exactly, it's breaking the veneer of like how the queens approach the show and Drag
Totally.
Race.
How they see the TV part, and so they want to emulate that same thing. And Mama Pao is like bringing attention to that. I know that you're a fan of the show, and I know that's what you probably thought, but it's not going to work on me. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
Don't think you could pull the rug over my eyes. I see you.
I know what you're up to.
I see the stunts. What did you think about Brigadine spraying her hair? Because, I mean, if I had seen that live, I would have gagged. I would have been like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that.
Well, do you remember when Monet tried to spray her hair in her... Is it The Man I Feel Like a Woman lip sync?
Yes.
But she just like kind of sprays it into the air.
Yes. Oh, God. And Shania looked like she wanted to die.
Yeah.
She hated
After
that.
Cameron Michaels was like, I love you so much, she was like, thank you.
Shania could not have been more bothered by any of those girls.
Yeah, it was kind of giving me that.
Oh.
But not like that.
Not to that level.
No.
Not like that.
Not like that. But no, it's kind of like a more successful that.
Totally. Morgana does another bus driver wig reveal. which was nuts.
Signature.
Signature, the bus driver. And then she does a monologue on her way out. An entire monologue. I was living because it was this long cut, and you could see Mama Pow going, "Thank you, thank you, Lady Morgana." Oh, and then also, let me just tell you about this and this. Thank you, Morgana. Okay, but I'm not done. That had to have gone on for so many minutes, and I'm sure that they were like, "What do we do? Can we do anything about this?"
Right? Like, can we play her off? Like, it's like
start to let the music play.
Yeah. Do we have any orchestral music we can like start like looping?
If I Dream starts playing.
Oh my god, that's like their award show music. Dun, dun, dun,
and she leaves by saying, "Thank you, my friends with feelings."
Iconic.
It's so iconic. I was telling you earlier, I'm obsessed with these spiritual girlies because she's always saying, what is it? Dalagon, which is like, God bless you.
It's giving Mrs. Kasha Davis on ayahuasca.
It's giving, oh my God, God bless. It's giving Raja with all of her weird spirituality. I just love these girlies who are in touch with the universe and their higher power, and they don't shove it down anybody's throats, but that's who they are.
It's giving spreading love from here to there for my savior as I toss my hair.
Oh, Dr. Seuss. Did someone say that?
That's what fucking Utica said
Oh
in
my
her
God,
phenomenon.
you're right.
Spreading love from here to there for my savior as I toss my hair.
Oh my God. Gonna shimmy to the top. Gonna wiggle to the top. Gonna wiggle to the top.
It was like something like got no bones in my body or something. Gonna wiggle to the top. Wiggle to the top. Woo.
That's so right. I just love those girlies. I don't know. I can't explain it. She does something for me. She makes my heart happy. I can't explain
And I
it.
love that.
We move to our last episode for today's episode, which is the snatch game, where the girls are broken up about Morgana being gone.
They love her as much as we do. As much as you do, especially.
Yeah. Do you think that Brigading probably felt like shit in that moment? Like, oh, they all like her.
I sent home the fave, and the judges hate me. So these girls probably hate me too. Great.
Great. Wonderful. Love this for me. There is no mini once again. They jump straight into Snatch Game. And the first thing I wrote down was, I love this amount of queens for Snatch Game. 7 is the perfect number, in my opinion, for Snatch Game.
I think also less girls equals less cross chatter.
Totally.
Less chances of like people who shouldn't be in Snatch Game aren't prepared to handle Snatch Game.
Less filler queens.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, would have loved to have seen Lady Morgana in Snatch Game.
I would have as well.
But yeah, I think a smaller group is safer. It's better.
Keep a mental note of this conversation, because in like 3 months, we're going to talk about season 15, where they do Snatch Game in episode 2 or something like that.
Girl, I'm over that.
I hate it when they did that early. It was awful. Venus is already getting pinned as the one who's going to do the best, because she does characters outside of Drag Race. And that made my alarm bells go off like,
Right.
She's
like,
out.
Is this foreshadowing?
Right.
Because in U.S. Drag Race, you kind of know that it's like when they tell you, oh, this person's great at it, it probably means they're going to do really bad at it.
Totally. And Silhouette is dying for her win moment. And with Venus saying, this is what I do, I should be fine. And Silhouette being like, I need this win. I need this win. I'm like, okay, so I know who's in the bottom already, just based off the story.
Clock that.
Clocked. Okay, so we'll run through these really quick, because I don't have any comprehension for most of these characters. Maybe you do. Maybe you know these women are intimately familiar with their work.
Do I know any of these women? No, I had to look up. I looked them up throughout, like the ones who I thought like I was very intrigued by their performance. I looked up. I I looked up who Eva La Queen did. I looked up who Marina Summers did,
Yeah.
and I looked up who Silhouette did.
Yes, the top ones, the top divas.
Yeah.
We have Brigading doing Elizabeth Ramsey.
It's giving me Brigading Toot.
Brigading Toot. Stop.
Are you going to tell me I'm wrong?
You're not wrong.
Are you going to look at me and tell me I'm wrong? It's
Nope.
Brigading Toot down.
Down. Totally. She apologized immediately in her confessional. And so I'm like, oh, yep, this is bottom.
It's giving, beyond Brigading Toot, it's giving Angeria doing Tammy Brown.
I'm gonna spin you right around. Tammy Brown.
Her like doing the weird dance and like flashing her panties. It's like so dark-sided. I hate it. I hate
Excited
it
people
so
are all around
much.
us. You didn't live.
Evidence, case in point.
Brigading. Eva is doing Rufame
Quinto.
She looked puss.
She is puss. Slap puss.
Girl, this breastplate on
Slap
her.
pussy.
Slap pussy. She looked expensive. It's the Kimmy Couture effect. Some girlies put on that breastplate and they just have jugs. And then some people put on that breastplate and it's like, you have $1 million in your bank account right now.
Well, and it's so funny because they say like she's not nailing the look, but she's nailing the impersonation. I'm like, I don't even care what she's supposed to look like because I love this.
The way she was talking was so funny.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Just like at the back of her throat. This was hilarious.
Dampa bouquet. Mr. Dampa bouquet. I also love the way the captions said literally in quotation marks slap pussy. That like took me out for some reason.
This face that's on the wiki too.
Yeah, with okay, the camera work in general killed me because you either saw Venus or Precious Paula Nicole like in the corner fighting for their life not to laugh through whatever Eva was saying, and I loved that.
Well, and I imagine too, it's so hard because you've got her behind you. So you're not even like turning to look to
you
see
just
the
hear
impression.
her. She's saying the stupidest crazy shit.
I would imagine that'd be even harder not to laugh.
Yes.
Oh God.
She doesn't let her baby breastfeed because of fears what she'll suck out.
It was so good. It was so good, so psychotic. We have Marina doing Gloria Macab. I feel like I'm gonna butcher this. Macapagal Arroyo. She was like the president, right?
The president of the Philippines from 2001 to 2010,
Her
according to Wikipedia.
weird impression where she like, have you ever done that thing where like you dry out the top of your upper lip and then you just push it up so that only your front teeth are showing? Have you ever done that before?
It's giving like Nickelodeon nerd.
Yes. I love the way she was talking.
The way in her like her weird little voice accent, she said, "I heard snatch," and I showed right the fuck up or whatever she said. Like she was unhinged.
Unhinged. I loved her non-answer. There's always one non-answer in a snatch game. Someone who just has no idea what to write, so they come up with a bullshit story. And some are super effective. And some are not. Marina was on another level because she's like, Mr. Speaker, can I address the nation?
And as an apology.
I didn't understand Snatch Game, but I understood snatching the presidency twice because I'm the baddest bitch in the game.
And then starts doing her little dance.
And that was her answer, even though she wrote nothing down. That was brilliant.
She was crazy, but she kind of said it herself where she had that feeling like she got the first laugh and she kind of got that like carte blanche.
What does that mean? That was
Carte
fancy.
blanche.
Carte blanche. I've heard this. I know
But she
this.
just kind of went for it. Like
Yeah.
she kind of felt like fuck it, like whatever like hesitation. Yeah, she kind of just like threw it all out the window and just went for it. It felt like.
That's what you have to do in Snatch Game or in improv in general. If your first joke gets laughs, that's the road you keep following. Some girls, they start out and they don't get the laugh and they just keep going with the character they're doing. They're like, maybe it'll work by the second or third time. Maybe they'll finally get it.
Maybe it'll finally click. That was what Brigading was giving.
Right. Minty is doing Maria Sophia Love, who is playing another drunk character.
Her explanation was a lot more exciting than the character.
I agree.
A boisterous, fun, loud trans woman.
Sorry.
I got like Paris and Nicole's forgotten like other friend.
With a rough wig line.
Okay. Minty is so gorgeous that she has this weird like roughification that happens from here on out.
Roughification.
Where like there's certain moments where she's just sadly off her game and I'm like, Diva, you're far too beautiful for this to be happening. What's going on? It won't be the last time you see it. Get ready.
The burnt tortilla wig line?
There's gonna be some hot off the grill things to come.
You got to take some alcohol wipes to that and clean up your lace. This hasn't been cleaned in years,
You gotta
guaranteed.
crack a window, you're gonna set off the fire alarm.
And it's those hard, crunchy wigs again. It is like on the front of that. That's crazy.
Grainy.
We have Precious doing Charo Santos Concio. The moles, mama.
The magical moving mole.
Was nuts.
I guess she was super spot on, whoever she was impersonating. I didn't know it. I thought it was fine. It's one of those things where it's like not knowing it doesn't make it as funny for me because I don't understand the impersonation.
Yeah.
I just understand the joke she's making in the moment. I'm like, okay, cute, fun.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was probably super hilarious knowing the person.
She threw a mole at Eva, who put it on her breastplate and left it there for the rest of the challenge.
Queen shit.
Queen shit. Venus does two characters. She starts out with Chris Aquino.
Great.
That was wonderful. I hated that she switched to that.
Oh my God.
It was so good.
It was so fucking funny. She should have been Chris Aquino the whole time. The only thing that was funny about her changing characters is the footage of her changing characters. And I love that they showed it. I love that they showed her being like, I didn't think anyone saw, so I just went for it. And I didn't realize that everyone was staring at me. And it's literally like her with a giant black cloak, like shirtless, wigless, like trying to change. Like, of course everyone's looking at you. What are you talking about?
I would have scrapped it as soon as they put me in the middle of it.
No, literally, she's way too visible to pull that off. And also, like, the character was not worth it. Chris,
No.
I thought she was chewing it up as the first character. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, they even alluded to the fact that her character change with the physical happened like first question, but then her answer after that went back to Chris, and it was the same character she was doing before. And I had noticed that too, and I'm glad the judges clocked it, but
Yeah.
I think she could have won if she hadn't changed.
Sucks.
It does. She tried to showboat, and it backfired. What did you think about Silhouette's Dr. Vicky Bello?
Listen, I don't think it was as funny as the win,
Uh-huh.
but I thought it was pretty hilarious.
It
Like,
was.
Her permaface was pretty inspired. And I will say, Googling her actually made it, I could only imagine actually knowing her because all it took was a Google image search of the woman she was impersonating. I was like, wait, she's kind of
Did
chewing.
you see it?
Yes, I saw it. Even in just still images, I was like, wait, she's kind of chewing it up.
I'm looking.
Like just a Google image search of the woman, like literally had me start laughing because I was like, are you looking at
right
her?
now.
I literally, so that's what I mean is it was like, I was like not knowing her at all. I was like, okay, this is like fine. But then I Google image searched the woman she was impersonating, even just seeing the face because she nailed the left eye slightly being more closed than the right eye. And the like
see what
the
you
glazed
mean.
over smile. Like after seeing her, I was like, wait, so like she was kind of
God.
chewing there. So I could imagine knowing to the same thing I said about Precious Paul and Nicole, knowing the woman and like probably hearing her talk, seeing her in media, I bet Silhouette like really ate it up.
She totally did. Eva, in her confessional, says that she had the energy of Vicky in the rotten corpse of Michael Jackson.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
Basically just saying that Silhouette's giving the rotten corpse of Michael Jackson.
Yes. Okay, so I have 2 questions for you. 1, did this to you feel like a super long Snatch game?
Yes, it felt like they showed almost every answer of every question, whereas US, it's like question 1 to 3 answers. We deadass will sometimes only get like 2 answers to a question and then move on. They were giving almost every single person's answer to every single question.
Yeah. And there were like 7 questions,
which
too.
I think shows the power of the cast and how much interest they can hold. Because it was long, but it didn't feel painful.
No, not at all.
It was very interesting, though, because I agree. Yeah, they definitely showed a lot. They showed a lot.
And it doesn't force any narratives to happen by them showing so much of it, because then we as the audience can have a really clear idea of what it actually looked like, not just what the cameras wanted us to see. So I really liked that. The other thing I wanted to ask, did you understand why Silhouette was so mad at Vinyas?
No.
I did not get it at all. Because she was saying stuff about how, like, she wasn't volleying with her. Why would she do that to me? Oh, she wants to ask me a question. Well, I'm not going to help her out. I did not understand what she meant at all.
Yeah, I didn't think it was anything too crazy because it's also not like a Blue Ivy Beyonce where there was like a pre-planned like, okay, well, we can volley, we can work off of each other.
Yeah.
Like they happen to be next to each other, and like Venus's character, because she's a TV presenter, I was getting very natural like panelist, like she's kind of like bouncing off of who's in her general vicinity. But not necessarily thinking in the moment of like, oh, I need to be like making like a punchline setup with this one.
Yeah.
Especially this like catatonic, like plastic surgeon.
Oh my God. Not catatonic. You're right, though.
Is it giving?
It's giving catatonic.
Drag name.
Cat.
Atonic.
K-A-T.
Catatonic.
Uh-huh. I like it. That's my new drag name. Our runway category this week is 2-in-1 Revelations, which I wrote yuck.
Revelation.
Revelation. Oh. Come on. I can't wait to get there to eat some Google fries. Is it Google? I think it was Google fries. First off, Pau is very disappointed and is like wiggling in her seat about how disappointed she is because she's so upset about this runway. I don't get inspired by reveal runways. I think I've mentioned this before. I don't particularly care for them. But I mean, I didn't think it was like so bad they needed to be berated about it.
I mean, yeah, there's none of the looks or anything to write home about. I will say, though, when I hear 2-in-1, I think 2-in-1 and reveals are 2 different things.
Totally.
What Alaska did on All Stars 2 was a reveal.
Right.
It was not a 2-in-1.
Right.
Whereas, like, a 2-in-1 is, like, I mean, the most, like, classic example. Honestly, a great example is, like, the Jeremy illusion of like it's a prince and then you let the thing down and then it turns into the skirt of the dress that's all contained on the underside. But it's like I picture a singular convertible garment that leaves nothing behind,
nothing on the floor,
and is a completely different garment than what you entered the room as.
Jada Essence Hall,
All
Star 7,
Detox, even freaking
Tyra,
He Who Shall Not Be Named. Yeah, season 2, like that country look.
Yeah.
Like they're like that sort of idea where it is a piece of fabric that is it in and of itself sewn to be turned into different things.
Yeah.
Like the look itself is made to be turned into multiple things. Like,
Right.
because that's the thing is it's in the construction of the garment itself. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a reveal where you can take a cloak off or a loofah off. The actual garment was made to be transformed.
I do love those loofahs though at the shows, and they come out looking like a pissed off chicken nugget. They're just this
The
huge
pissed
shape.
off chicken nugget with the eyebrows to the heavens.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I
that
know because
loofah
it's
comes
just
off.
it's just mug above the loofah. Yeah, love it, love it.
Did you have any standouts from this list?
No,
None at all.
not really. Honestly, I kind of like silhouettes.
Mm.
Actually, no. Well, I don't. I like the red dress because it reminds me of Well, I don't like it. I like that it.
So what do you like?
I like that it reminds me of Tia Kofi's red dress.
Oh, I see that.
In the terribleness of it. And then actually the black dress is kind of hot on her. I was like, okay, work.
Yeah.
But the red is a flop. And then I don't really like most people's outfits, TBQH. I like Eva's.
I loved Eva's. She was doing Bimini a service there.
She did Bimini right. And I thought the colors were more striking as well than like nude and black.
Yeah.
I feel like Eva probably was the strongest for me, but I didn't like any of them.
Eva probably could have choreographed hers a little bit more because the way she like got on her knees was sort of like, okay, I have to be right here. Okay, and then a pop, a pop, a pop.
Yeah.
And it was like, it probably could have been a little more streamlined, like walking down the runway, pop, 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 sit on the ground, let it flow down. But maybe that would have been too messy.
Why did that sound like a verse? Pop, 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 sit on the ground, let it flow down.
I'm turning into a rap
Come on, Mama Roo, give me the crown.
And then ASMR Lover continues right after that.
Please.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was a little bit of a chop runway, and Pao was not happy at all. She was so mad.
Pao was plucked.
She was plucked. The judges think that Silhouette was a masterclass in Snatch Game. Did you agree with that critique?
I feel like no.
Who did you think was? If anyone.
For me,
Uh-huh.
my favorites of the night. I mean, yes, Silhouette. Like I said, I don't know the woman.
Yeah.
Even just Googling her made me like Silhouette's
Yeah.
performance more.
It was funny.
The power of just seeing the picture of her, I was like, damn, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
But not knowing the people at all, Marina made me laugh really
Mm-hmm.
hard. Freaking Eva La Queen made me laugh
Yeah.
really hard. And even it was interesting because the editing kind of made it feel like she was going to win because they said,
Yeah.
like, it's a wrap, like, pack it up, like, it's over. And Venus first half.
Yeah. I would agree with that assessment. I loved Eva so much. She was my number one. Plus, I liked her runway better. And I just love the idea of popping color on your clothes. And I
Yeah.
thought she did it more successfully than when we've seen it before. But, I mean, Marina was also a big breakout for me. The moment where she takes off the neck brace because she thinks they're, as the character, they're done filming.
Yeah.
And she like goes to get up. Oh, we don't need the car? We're still filming? Oh, put it back on. Hey, I love the Snatch Game.
So good.
It was incredible.
TV ready politician.
Totally. I loved it. It was very, and I love political drag. I love when
Yes.
drag makes fun of all of that. Silhouette does win. Imagine though it was Marina one more time.
Girl, it would have been Silhouette's villain origin story for real.
She would have fully left. She would have been out of there. And our bottom two is Minty Fresh and Bring-A-Ding to Amako Bogera is the song. I thought Minty was cooked. I'm like, oh, Bring-A-Ding is going to eat her up.
Minty, no offense to her, she gives one of those girls where it's like, oh, you can't move your body.
Totally.
Like, having not even seen her perform, I'm like, oh no, you can't dance.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting. I mean, like, yeah, we've seen her perform a little bit, but like, not enough to really make an assessment. But I
Right.
just assumed seeing her, I'm like, she's cooked.
Totally. She kept up though.
No, for real. With like how energetic Brigading is, that's the thing. It's like, Brigading is a very like fast, energetic kind of woman, methinks.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have been worried. And I was actually really surprised that it was a double. I was so surprised.
Do you feel like it was truly a double?
I think that the double of the season was earlier with Turing.
Per.
That's my personal opinion.
I mean, yeah, I would have loved to have seen Turing still with us. I feel like that is what is correct, what is deserved.
The thing with the double Shantays is it all goes down, I think, to TV more than anything. If someone wins objectively a lip sync, but maybe they are not who the judges want to see, or maybe they don't bring enough story,
Yeah.
you can't just like eliminate them because they clearly won, but you can't eliminate the other person because they are doing what you want to see.
Yeah.
And even though I don't think Minty is bringing that much excitement, she is someone who has static with Marina that they could use, and she is very close with Silhouette
Yeah.
that they could use that story. And also Bring-A-Ding does have some static with the rest of the room, and she won, in my opinion, the lip sync. So like she would be the one to stay, but you can't just get rid of Minty when there's still story behind her that is tracking with other girls. So to me, this felt like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 challenges, but I feel like they will have her be eliminated by either Marina or Silhouette. Like they're keeping her for that reason.
I see.
You know what I mean? Like use that stumble moment to get rid of the one who either has frustration with their enemy or with her mother for the emotional manipulation of it all. And they've been torturing Silhouette all season mentally. So I just see it in the cards that she would be in the bottom at one point and send her daughter home. You know?
The slow destruction of Silhouette.
Yeah. But that's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You do. So I'm sure you're trying not to smirk right
All
now.
will be revealed.
I do think that Brigading is next to go. And I don't understand why they wouldn't just eliminate her now. You know? I feel like she's got to be next to go.
Not enough psychic damage has been dealt yet.
Probably. But she is very, very good at lip syncing. So I'm worried about whoever goes against her. Because she'll probably send home someone strong. And that is the end of this run.
I can't believe it. Oh my god, top 8. No.
Top 7. 5 New York girls. 7 Filipino queens. Controversial opinions about this run.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, it's hard because I feel like nothing Turing related because the fandom in general feels like she should still be here.
Right.
I know it was an uproar when she left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not necessarily about the episodes themselves, but the Divas Rusical should be a recurring challenge.
I agree.
I don't think that's controversial, but seeing them do it, we need to have that always.
Yeah.
We need to have regional divas. We just need to have we can do more themed divas.
It's so good. So good. Because in the US, they've only done Madonna, Cher.
Madonna, Cher, they did the VH1 Divas.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And Baddest Bitches in History, if you count that as divas of the decade, the BC.
I think the only US diva, though, was Annie Oakley. I don't think anybody else
Annie
was.
Oakley.
And this is my band. And on my own, it's our
Love it. But yeah, no, I would love more of that as a recurring challenge.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And the pageant challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've done a great job of having challenges that are sort of like mainstays. Or
Yeah.
should be mainstays.
I like the pageant idea instead of a ball, to be honest. I do love the balls, but sometimes I feel like they're a little too forced these days. We're going to have an ocean ball.
Well, also, if there's going to be like a ball and a sewing challenge and unconventional materials challenge, I feel like either or.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that second one can be a pageant, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Or, whatever the unconventional material is, one pre-show runway, like what they did in Canada's Drag Race during that one sewing challenge where they did the slow-mo and then the fast fashion.
Yes.
Something like that. Like, I would be totally fine with unconventional ocean-like materials, and then a quick runway right before that is a sea creature. And that's it. We don't need a third category.
Yeah.
Don't call it a ball. Just, you have 2 runways this week. Go out, have fun. You know?
Have fun.
Have a good time.
Enjoy yourself.
But I do like the pageant in general. I think it's a really fun idea.
Yeah.
Switch up the characters, constantly refresh them. It could be really fun.
Change your
Very interesting.
costume, Mimi.
Change your costume, Mimi. Change it around. Next week, we are going to finish Drag Race Philippines.
Oh, you're not ready.
I don't think I am.
It's gonna curl
Your hair. And after this season, very shortly after we are done with this one, we're in Drag Race UK Season 4. I haven't gotten advertised about this season yet on
That's
Philippines.
crazy. Yeah. Well, we're getting to the era where there's so much Drag Race that they don't even try to tell you it's happening.
Right.
It's kind of just like, oh my God, another Drag Race is starting. I'm not ready. Yeah. We're getting to the era where, yeah, Drag Race just like happens. And then it's like, oh my God, there's a new episode next week.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what is it Brazil season 2 that's airing right now? Or is it about to start?
It's about to.
I barely even knew.
Did you hear it's getting AI dubbed?
Sure did.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
I pretend I do not see it.
Yeah.
Suddenly I don't know.
I'll probably just watch the subtitled at some point. You know, I don't think I could get into the AI one. It's a little weird. But yeah, we are almost done with Drag Race Philippines season 1. I'm sad that it's almost over.
It's happening so fast.
It is. But thank you all for listening and tuning in. I'm excited to read all the comments about some of the cultural things that maybe we missed out on in 5 weeks when this posts. Remember, you are doing a great job. You're doing the best you can. And that is all you can do. And goodbye.
Bye.